So in the end of the day, a cold call is not just about I'm making a cold call. It's a piece of the puzzle that's all the touch points that's going to come in full circle. And you love stories, right? So I'm going to give you a story.
Welcome back. I've got Rana Kordahi with me again. Welcome back, Rana.
Thank you, John. I'm excited once again to be here.
I'm very excited to be with you, and I've got a curly question for you, I think. There's a lot of talk out there about how you best prospect, and a lot of debate about where cold calling might or might not fit in that. A lot of people saying cold calling is dead and so on. And then there's a lot of debate about how you can do most of your prospecting with referral selling and social selling, etc. What's your view on all of that, particularly where cold calling fits these days?
So, I mean, I'm all over cold calling. I love cold calling.
I thought you were saying all over. You're finished with it.
No, I'm all over it. Like, I'm into it. I love cold calling. Obviously, for me, social selling is a lot easier. I get more attention. It's nice. It's nice to feel whatever, It's nice to hide behind the screen and spam people with things. But cold calling is not different. Like, you can have ads running and you're annoying people, and you're still going to annoy people through cold calling. So I don't think it's dead. And do you want to know why I don't think it's dead?
Please.
Okay, so if you're in a B2B complex, long cycle, and you want to get through to high-end decision makers, I think it's important to not look at cold calling as I need to close, where a lot of people make that mistake. So for me, a cold call is just to make it quick, to build awareness. Hey, I'm giving you the heads up. This is what I do. I'm out there. Okay, very casual.
So the cold call's about you?
No, I mean, no, it's not about me, but I'm just giving...
I just wanted to check that one.
No, it's not about me, but sometimes I don't like to give them any pitch or little hook or this is what I'm... Sometimes it's just, I'm giving you the heads up, I'm out there, I'm making... Look, we don't know each other, and they like that because it's like an approach. I'm not even giving them any pitch. There are times I go into that, it's almost like I'm their friend. I'm so casual. Also, it's about me gathering information. So when I'm gathering information and they are warm and we have some rapport, I start maybe a little discovery, but non-intrusive discovery. I don't go into what's your challenge, what's keeping you up at night, all this kind of stuff that I see a lot of people do. It's more just to find out, okay, so how do you guys usually do your training? Is it internally? Is it externally? What's going on? Just to find out the circumstance. And thirdly, it's also about trying to build some sort of relationship. And I never ever enter cold call without getting an email address of the person and also putting them on my LinkedIn. So this is when they go into my sales funnel. Or sometimes it's the other way around. They're on my LinkedIn and I might make the call.
Right.
So it could be the other way.
Which is the social selling way.
A social selling way, but I still look at that as a cold call, to be honest with you. I've had people call me from LinkedIn. I'm like, why are you calling me? In my mind, you're annoying me. That's a cold call. Hey, we're connected on LinkedIn.
Nothing worse.
It's the same
thing.
thing.
There's no value in that for the
and
customer.
I feel better that they don't know me. They don't know anything about me on LinkedIn. And I call them as a stranger because it's a little bit more intimidating for me now. I'm like, and I still do that. Hey, I know you from LinkedIn. Let's connect. And they think, well, I've added you as a connection. I trust you not to try and sell to me.
I think it's almost like you're talking about what we talked about this before. John Bedwani proposals is the best way to go about it. And that is you are creating value through the conversation every time you touch them, and you're building relationship. And as you build relationship, you're then providing content that might be of value to them, and he takes them through this relationship building process where you eventually identify a trigger that starts a sales process. But by that stage, they've got a trusting relationship with you.
That's exactly it. I don't just think I'm calling you because I want to set an appointment. Yeah, I do try sometimes get an appointment, and if I've got a salesperson working for me, they are expected to get an appointment. But for me, because I am the founder or the CEO of my company, I don't want to come across as somebody that's trying to sell, because that kind of brings me down to it diminishes from my authority.
Well, let me put some definition around it, right? My definition of selling is giving, it's creating value, it's helping people, right? I want to be seen as somebody that there's helping
That's
and creating
helping,
value, etc.
exactly.
So what you're saying is that perception of what selling is in
Yeah.
some people's mind is quite aggressive or manipulative or whatever.
Yeah.
And I don't want to be seen as one of those people. I'm proudly will put on
Yeah.
my job description that I'm a salesperson,
Yeah.
or my communication on my business card.
Yeah.
But we're all salespeople one way or another.
No, we are. But what happens with me, as soon as I come, and I've been really bad at cold calling. I've been bad at selling. I've been good at selling. So it's taken me, like, I started when I was 23 years old picking up the phone and making calls. I had no idea what I'm doing.
Only 3 years ago.
No, I'm 37 now. So how many? No, actually, no. I was 19 when I started picking up that phone, but it was in a telemarketing. But I'm talking about B2B situation.
Right.
I was 23. The telemarketing is just, constantly dialing. But I had no idea what I'm doing. But now what I notice is as soon as you come across as you are trying to sell them, it triggers a threat response. So I'm very casual about it. That's why I don't want to come across. I'm calling, hey, I'm one of your, and I teach this to salespeople. I say, you need to position yourself as you are somebody high up in your mind. You're like a CEO calling another CEO.
And I've got domain expertise that,
I've got domain-
that they will find value.
Oh yeah, and that comes the social selling piece. When salespeople, I encourage them, create posts about their expertise, share insights with them, write an article, post a video, because your competitor, I'm 100% sure, because I work with some of them, they're refusing to do that on LinkedIn. So in the end of the day, a cold call is not just about I'm making a cold call, it's a piece of the puzzle that's all the touch points that's going to come in full circle. And you love stories, right? So I'm going to give you a story.
Please.
Let me give you a story. So I've got somebody that I contacted maybe 4 years ago. She's a CEO. I spoke to her on the phone. She was not interested, whatever. But I did get her email. And they're all like, give me your email address. I'll give you my email address. Just send me your stuff. I put her into my sales funnel and I registered her to subscribe to my emails. Okay, now I went into to sell her a huge like software training, everything, because I have high performance software as well that I sell to kind of for salespeople. And I didn't really register. Then I went to my MailChimp and I looked her up. Do you know her open rate percentage of my emails that I've been sending her? All articles, all value, all insights, all domain expertise.
Mm-hmm.
Do you know her hit rate? 100% open rate.
Opened every email.
Every email she's opened. I mean, I don't share this knowledge because I don't want people to like, I'm looking at their, this is like insider knowledge for me, which I'll share with you. I don't go around going, oh yeah, I'm looking at you. But I looked at her emails, she's opened it 100% of the time. So for 4 years she's been getting, and this all started because of a conversation through a cold call.
And so you had been creating value through the process on a regular basis. She saw that value, she saw your consistency, she built trust in you and your brand.
And on LinkedIn as well.
And when she had a need,
Yeah.
you were the first person she'd call.
I went to that sales meeting and you know what, I said, so I'm here to see if we can work, if I can help your team. She said, no, I know you can help my team. Those were her exact words.
Perfect.
So...
And you've just come back to what John Bedwani talks about.
Yeah.
It is that sort of approach. You're building the relationship. In B2B, particularly large, complex B2B, that's the process you go through.
Yeah.
And the time they start thinking we need to do something,
yeah.
you'll be first to mind, and they'll want to have the conversation when they start the process, when they start thinking, because you've helped them through to that stage.
Yeah.
And that's the trusting relationships in place, even though you may never have met them.
Exactly. And just one more point, and that's when they say cold calling is dead, they're actually giving advice to B2C, because cold calling is dead in B2C because people make quick decisions. They're buying, a lipstick or a movie tickets or whatever. They just, they can take out their credit card. They don't need you calling them on the phone. So cold calling is dead, but not for large sales cycles.
Exactly. So I'm in total agreement, and essentially, my mate Tony Hughes, that's what he talks about, the combo prospecting. So it's the whole process of regular contacts through different mediums, sharing content, creating value to the point where now they're ready to have a sales conversation, to go into what I call discovery.
Exactly, and bringing them to you, not chasing.
Exactly. Okay, I'm with you on that.
All right, I'm glad we have an agreement.
We do. So thank you very much to Rana, and I hope you enjoyed that. And I'll bring Rana back for more discussions. If you've got anything you want to ask Rana, just make sure you either send me a note or put a comment in one of the LinkedIn discussions or whatever on this. Really appreciate you giving me all the feedback you do, and thank you very much for your involvement. And Rana, thank you.
Thank you so much, John.
Look forward to the next time.
Me too.